Hi there. So let me start the first session with a few words for you. So I welcome all my dear students, and please remember you are valued, you are listened to, you are important, you will succeed, and I believe in you. The foremost important is that I believe in you, that you will definitely succeed. The only condition is if you take classes from me. All right. So this is me. I look smart, isn't it? So my name is Vishal and I've been teaching English for the last 12 years. I'm TTT certified. TTT stands for Train the Trainer. I've also conducted the various projects of British Council, Connaught Place. I've also worked with government schools to deliver spoken English, and I've also worked with corporates to deliver soft skills and teaching employees how to give presentations. And I've also taught various students and aspirants appearing for the competitive examinations with the reputed brands. And now here I am. And for the further information of how many classes and how things will go in our class, we'll be discussing it in our upcoming sessions. So today's agenda is to really get to know what English is all about and what are the skills that are required to score the maximum bands in your IELTS exam. So what are the 4 language skills do you think we are catering here or you're here to learn? Be quick. I'll give you the abbreviation for it. It's L, S, R, and W. Easy, isn't it? Definitely. I'm talking about listening. See how girls backbite? Usually the traits of the women, huh? So listening is the very first step to learn any language. Have you ever observed a baby, a very small baby? He only listens, it only listens to you and tries to, move on to the next step is speaking. And since in your test, all the 4 skills are being tested, so you have to cover all the 4 skills of this LSRW. The third one is reading. So you have to be an avid reader if you really want to score 9 bands in IELTS. So we'll be helping you out in, discovering the shortcuts and the tricks, how you can improve your reading skills, listening skills, and speaking, and finally the writing skills. So these are the 4 skills that we'll be catering to. And this is the grading. I hope you all are aware that that's how you'll be, awarded the bands or score in your IELTS exam. So we start from any level, like basic users of English have A1 and A2. So you can check your level with the help of our mock test, that where you stand, and you need to reach at least the C1 and C2 level. So C1 gives you handsome bands of 7.5 and 8, and C2 is usually for the native speakers. Native speakers are able to get there, but you can get there too. I have students who have scored C2 level, reached C2 level. Okay. So let's start today's session with the very first thing that you'll be doing in your IELTS test is giving your introduction. So I'm going to give you some of the, very, very commonly, made mistakes by the candidates there in the IELTS test. For example, some candidates start their introduction, they say, myself Vishal. So please, you have to be very careful. You have to be a little formal there because we still follow British curriculum. So you cannot say myself Vishal. You should say my name is. And usually I have heard that, some candidates mispronounce or they misjudge or maybe misheard the term as per as, although the term is as far as. So when you say as far as my educational qualifications are concerned, you don't say as per as. Never use the word in with belong. This preposition is wrong. It's like I belong in Delhi. No, it's I belong to Delhi. And my mother is a housewife. I don't think so. You got to pay some respect to your mother now. So rather change, and this is the new modern world. So you should say my mother is a house manager. Give her some respect. My hobby is reading, singing, and writing. Here you need to take care of the blunder that you make in your grammar. because you have 3 hobbies. So first of all, you should say hobbies, and then you should use the plural verb are to mention your hobbies. My father name is, no, because father and name both are nouns, so you need some possession here, some conjunction, so you'll be using the apostrophe s. The correct sentence is my father's name is. He work in a bank. It's very commonly mistake made by students and candidates, that they tends to forget that you need to add s or es in the base form of verb when you have third person singular subject. So you should say he works in a bank. I have the required experience. No, I have the required experience, since past participle becomes the adjective. So these are some fundamentals of English that you need to master, using the s or es when the subject is third person, using third form, the past participle as an adjective, and this comes in the advanced topic. The topic is non-finite verbs. We'll be catering to that topic as well. Second thing, I want you to pay attention on upgrading your vocabulary. Usually we use very easy and very commonly spoken words like very weak, very little. I want you guys to keep on updating and replacing your vocabulary with advanced words. Don't use weak, little, bright, good, bad, careful, colorful words in your IELTS spoken and written test. So speaking and writing tests especially, they'll be judging you on your usage of the vocabulary. So you should say frail. For very little, you can say tiny. Very bright, luminous. Very busy, swamped. Very careful, cautious. Colorful, vibrant. Creative, innovative. Crowded, you can use the word bustling. Very deep, you can use the word profound. And empty, you can use the word desolate. I'll be using a lot of techniques to make you memorize the words. Don't worry about that. We'll be teaching you vocabulary through root words, through mnemonics, through images, through stories, reading, and hell lot of things coming up. Don't worry. Let's take an example. Like you can see, this is very crowded. This bus is very crowded, right? So I can make the mnemonics easily to remember the bustling word with the help of the mnemonic bus, right? The bus is very crowded means it is bustling. So that's how we make some connection to our memory so that we can memorize the words easily. Then third thing that I want you guys to remember and take away from this first session is using the contraction in English rather than using the full words. So when you speak English, please practice using contraction like I'll. I would prefer you guys not to use them in your writing, but in speaking, yes. So when you write, you should write complete word like I will. But when you speak English, I want you to guys, practice this. I'll. Don't say I will, say I'll. So you'll sound more native there. You will, he'll. You can practice after me, right? So in IELTS session, it has to be noisy. It has to be, two ways. Please remember, I always believe in a quote that, tell me, I listen. Teach me, I may remember. But involve me, I learn. So I want you guys to be involved. Okay? For example, I am. Instead of saying I am, you should say I am. He is. No, he's. I've. Don't say I have. Try to practice I've. Okay? I had. No, I'd. Even for the would, you can say I'd. She'd. They'd. Do not, don't. Have not, haven't. Hasn't. Can't. Couldn't. Isn't it? So I want you guys to practice the contraction more and more for the speaking test. Number 4, which is very important, is using the emphatic sentences in English. There are probably 8 to 10 types of emphatic sentences that I'm going to teach you, which are very important to emphasize both in speaking and writing test. For example, I saw a ghost is a simple sentence, but I did see a ghost. Okay, so this becomes more articulated and lucrative and sounds entertaining, interesting. I can use a lot of words for this to listen to. Okay, and I want to make my point what I'm saying. So it was a ghost I saw, or that I saw. Instead of this, you can simply say what I saw was a ghost. Are you out of your mind? What I saw was a ghost. I'm not going in there again. Huh? Phrases, sometimes we use phrases in the front to emphasize. For example, the ghost. I clearly saw. So I want you guys to start watching some probably movies, especially the action movies, to get that kind of style or kind of body language, the English body language in you. If you really want to be sounds like native speakers. Not many movies are because reading is better than watching a lot of movies, because when you read stories you can come to know the vocabulary, and you can kill two birds with one stone. You can improve your reading skills and as well as the vocabulary. Secondly is linking words are very important when you speak, and especially for the writing essays, when you'll be writing the paragraph, or you'll be writing the analytical paragraph there, or if you're going for the journal test, you'll be writing the letter as well. So I want you guys to go through these words, and I'll be teaching you these words because these are very important to link the sentences. So there are words for addition. You want to add something into your sentences. There are sequence, consequences, contrast. You want to show the contrast. All these conjunctions and linking words are very, very important. I'll give you one example. Let's do one exercise. I was trying to write this, for one of my videos. So this is a useful video for the aspirants of competitive examinations like SSC, Bank PO, NDA, etc., the students of academic classes from 8th to 12th, candidates taking IELTS tests, and anyone who wants to improve spoken English, etc. Now you got to rewrite this properly. Can you do this for me? I'm giving you 2 minutes, I guess. More than enough? So let's look at the answer. So this video is particularly valuable for the diverse audience, including is also kind of a linking word, including aspirants of competitive examinations like SSC, Bank, PO, and NDA. Moreover, see, you're using the addition word. Moreover, it caters to the students across academic classes from 8th to 12th grade. Additionally is again, we are adding more details to the information. It is beneficial for individuals preparing for IELTS and blah, blah, blah. So that's how I want you guys to write. So this is how much the linking words are important to improve your writing skills. We'll be taking you step by step to improve your writing. Don't worry about that. Okay. Now, these are some important topics that we'll be catering to. Question tag, again, very important. I hope you must have been using the question tags. For example, I say, India is a great country, isn't it? So question tags are used to confirm the statements that you just mentioned. Clauses are very important in English to improve your writing skills and to speak more complex sentences and write more complex sentences. You might be wondering why I want you guys to use complex sentences, but this is the reality. You gotta use more complex sentences, guys. Okay? So we'll be covering the clauses. We'll do the fundamental of English uses. Definitely one has to go through this. I'll be teaching you types of sentences and clauses, and the definitions of all the parts of speech and their basic usages in a nutshell. Okay? Then we have verb tenses, one of the most important topic. You'll be learning the tenses, present, past, future. See, present. This is my present, this is my past, and this is my future. Amazing image. Then modals are the verbs that help us to express our emotions, like permission, abilities, advise. So these are very, very important verbs to master. And then we have active passive voice. So another way of saying certain things, and why passive voice are there in English. And then you need to learn conditional sentences, hypothetical sentences. When you say hypothetically, like, if I were the prime minister, I would do this and I would do that. And then we have narrations, so changing the direct speech into the indirect speech. Why this topic is important? Because you'll be writing, and for the writing and telling the story to the examiner, you need the narrations. Okay. Last not the least is the subject verb agreement. There are some advanced concepts that you will learn, that not always the subject is there with the verbs. Sometimes the subjects and verbs are separated with the dependent clauses. So there are certain advanced things that you'll be learning with me. So let's begin with parts of speech today. I hope everyone knows what are nouns. So nouns are naming words. N for noun, N for name. So nouns are naming words, like my name is Vishal. I live in Delhi. So Vishal, Delhi, chair, pen, everything that you see around, you can look around your room and everything that you see is a noun. Okay, pronoun, I hope you remember, it's a pro version of noun, so they are used in place of a noun. Verbs are the actions, right? The actions that you do. For example, go, went, gone, come, came, come. So verbs have three forms, right? Adjectives are used to describe the qualities of noun and pronouns, so they are related to noun and pronouns. Articles are a and the, all you all know that. Adverbs, you can see the verb here. So adverbs are used to add something in the meanings of verbs. So they are used for verbs. Then you have prepositions are the connecting words. Conjunctions are also connecting words. Intersections are the words which surprisingly we throw out, like oh my God, oh alas, the words, expressions like this. Okay, so that's why I advise you to start watching and listening to some English of the native speakers, so you get that body language in you. Okay, so what is a sentence? Anyone? So usually we read this definition, that it's a combination of words arranged in such an order that it expresses a complete sense or meaning. Please concentrate here. It should be sensible and it should express the complete meaning. Not any word can give you the meaning. Okay, like we used to do parasymbol questions in the classes. So we used to arrange them in proper order, don't we? Right, so we need to understand that it has to be a combination of words that make some sense. Now look at the types of sentences in English. We have simple sentence, compound sentence, and complex sentence. So on the level 1, you all are aware that there are types of sentences like affirmative, negative, interrogative, exclamatory, imperative. But now we are on the second level where we learn the 3 types of sentences, and the whole English is there in these 3 sentences only. So simple sentence is something that has only one subject and verb, means only one independent clause. Compound has 2 independent clauses joined by the conjunctions. You must have learned this in your junior classes. Teacher must have given you this abbreviation, fanboys. So F stands for for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. So is also used to connect 2 independent clauses. And third one is complex, where you have dependent clauses. So when I say dependent clause, it means it cannot deliver meaning alone. It requires the help of the independent clause. Let's look at the example. The boys went to the park. Simple sentence. We like pizza, not pizza. Okay, please pay attention to the pronunciation as well. It's not pizza, it's pizza. Okay, so because they notice everything, the examiner will notice your pronunciation as well. So you can see this is one independent clause, so it's a simple sentence. Now in compound, we'll use the conjunction to connect 2 independent clauses. For example, the boys went to the park, comma, but they did not go to the zoo. And remember, these are called coordinating conjunctions, and you will always use comma before them. In writing English, please remember, if you're using but, for, and, or, yet, and so, always use comma before them. So you will say the boys went to the park, but they did not go to the zoo. Second, we have we like pizza and we like spaghetti. So you can see the comma here. Now in the complex sentence, we use subordinating conjunctions like this. These are all subordinating conjunctions. So apart from coordinating conjunctions, If you see any other conjunctions, it will be surely a complex sentence, leaving some exception here and there. Okay, so we'll cover them gradually. So because the boys went to the park, they did not go to the zoo. So you can clearly see they did not go to the zoo is my independent clause, but I'm giving the reason because the boys went to the park. So this is my dependent clause. How you can identify it? Just separate them and speak them and see which sentence gives complete meaning. If I only say because the boys went to the park and I stop, do you think it will make some sense? It does not, right? I have to say they did not go to the zoo. But I can easily use they did not go to the zoo without mentioning the reason. So that clearly tells me that this is my independent clause and that is my dependent clause. Okay? So these are the coordinating conjunctions. So you can choose your superheroes here. And I can read some more sentences for you. So Sam drank some water for he was thirsty. Can anyone tell me the meaning of this sentence? Sam drank water, some water, for he was thirsty. What do you understand? So what happened? Usually, candidates think that for is used to relate something. For example, I can say, I bought a mobile for you. So this for in this sentence is not a conjunction. It's a preposition when you talk about relation. But this preposition for here means reason. I'm giving the reason here. Means it is used in the meaning of because. So Sam drank some water because he was thirsty. But if you use the conjunction because to give the reasons, then the sentence becomes complex. Okay? Like that. So this is what you need to learn. I take milk and sugar in my tea. So we can use and to connect two words because I don't have to use I take twice. I can simply connect milk and sugar and it is understood but obvious that we are using and for the two independent clauses. I take milk and I take sugar. Okay? But you don't have to repeat the same subject and verb. So you can simply connect two words with and. Next is Sarah doesn't like apples, nor does she like pears. So you can see nor is used to continue the negations, the negative sentence. And you can see we have used helping verb before the subject. And this is yet another important concept of English grammar. It is called inversion of verb. You need to learn this. Okay, inversion of verb is also part of emphatic sentences that I told you. There are 8 types of sentences that I'll be catering to. So you'll be learning the inversion of verb where we use helping verb before the subjects. There are certain adverbs or conjunctions that are used at the beginning of the sentence and then we do the inversion of verb. Since this is the very first class, I'm just giving you the briefing. But is used for two contradictory statements, or is used for choice, yet is also used for two contradictions. So you need to learn the difference between the but and yet. So we'll be learning them in depth. And so is used for the result. Next we have the subordinating conjunctions. So we'll be catering to all these conjunctions. You need to master these conjunctions if you really want to improve your speaking and writing skills. Especially for the writing, these are very important. We have correlative conjunctions that works in pairs like both and, not only but also, either or, as, so, no sooner than. All these conjunctions are very important for your writing skills. So we'll be teaching you the topic conjunctions in quite detail. Today I'm in a mood to just practice the simple, compound and complex, the concept. So now we have some simple sentences that will be transforming them into the compound. For example, following the trail, we reached our destination. Can be written, we followed the trail and reached our destinations. So you can see there's only one subject and one verb. So this is my simple sentence, but I can rewrite this sentence as a compound one. So the objective of teaching you simple, compound and complex is to make you understand and make you aware that you can write same thing in two different ways. So when you write your IELTS test, you have varieties in your sentences, and when you speak English, you do not repeat the same pattern. You can have simple sentences, You can have compound sentences using, two different verbs, using and maybe not using and, just starting the sentence from the first form with ing. So you need to learn what are present participles and past participle, how we start the sentence with them. So all these will be covered. Being sick, I went to the doctor. So because I was sick, being is used in the sense of because here. So because I was sick, I went to the doctor. So I can say I was sick. So the result is I went to the doctor. This is very basic, very fundamental of English. Okay. In spite of the rain, the children went out to play. So you use preposition to write simple sentences. But if you want to write a compound one, you can say it was raining, but the children went out to play. I would prefer compound sentences over simple when it comes to writing English. Okay. Now we'll change simple into the complex sentences. So because of the rain, we decided to stay back home. So this is the simple one. Because is not is a conjunction, but because of is a preposition. Remember this. There's no subject and verb. When we use because, we say subject and verb. Because I was there, so like that. But because of is preposition. So this is the simple sentence, and I'll make it a complex one with the help of as. As it was raining, now you can see the subject and verb here. So we decided to stay back home. To finish your project in time, you should start now. So if you want to finish your project in time, you should start now. So I would prefer you guys to write compound sentences, complex sentences more than the simple ones. Simple sentences are usually not very furnished one or refined one. So you should choose compound and complex sentences in writing. This is the tip number 1 for your writing skills. And that's the exercise. I want you guys to go through the exercise and tell me which sentence is simple, which is complex, and which is compound. Quickly, then we'll go through the answers. And here are the answers. So I hope you got to know the concept of simple, compound, and complex today. So what we all covered today is that you need to use contraction. Instead of saying I will, you should say I'll. Okay. And you need to learn the conjunctions very, very carefully, very profoundly. And then you have linking words and the level of vocab we have to improve. Instead of saying very crowded, we'll be saying bustling. I hope you will remember the word bustling for good. And yeah, tell me, what is the meaning of for good? I just use the idiom for good. What is the meaning of for good? Usually people think that, something is happening, something good is happening, so I'm doing it for good. No, but for good is an idiom there, and it means permanently. So when I say, I hope you will remember the word bustling for good, I'm saying, I hope you will remember the word permanently. It has gone into your permanent memory now. So thank you very much. Time to bid adieu. I'll see you in the next session. We'll understand the classroom management and number of sessions, and then we'll go through the next topic, which will be conjunctions. Okay. After simple, compound, and complex, the next important topic is conjunctions. So we'll work more on conjunctions and the concept of simple, compound, and complex. Thank you very much. I'm your English mentor, Vishal Vats, signing off. Take care. See ya.